Are you type 1, type 2, or diabetes?
Well, I have type 2 diabetes, and but type 2 diabetes, from what I was told, not, and I'm not a doctor or anything like that, what my doctor told me is it's a progressive disease. That means it gets progressively worse. So that poses a problem. That means I'm insulin dependent now, and I got to take insulin to help control my diabetes.
Okay. When were you diagnosed?
I was diagnosed with diabetes about 2 years before I met your mommy. So that was about 3 or 4 years before you were born. So I'd say about 15 years now.
How can you read your blood sugar?
Oh, it's interesting you ask, because I have this. This is my little kit, and I brought it with me today because we were going to play tennis. And this is what it looks like. This is my little monitor. And these are what's called diabetic test strips. And all I do is I stick it in there, and then I take this little thing, this is called a lance, and I cock it back, and I press it up to my finger, and I do that. And there's like a little tiny needle inside there, and I'll just prick my finger, just like that. And I'll get a little drop of blood, and I put the drop of blood on this test strip right here. This part, this with the white and black strips, will go inside there, and the drop of blood will go there, and in 5 seconds I'll know exactly what my blood sugar reading is.
Is there any other family members that have diabetes?
Yes, actually, my sister was diagnosed, your auntie, was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes late in life, which is rare. She was, at age 48, one of our favorite guys, Uncle Paul, is type 1 diabetic. And he had been diagnosed with type 1 diabetic when he was like about 25 or 26.
Diabetes run through the family, or?
Yeah, that's a good question, because they say it's hereditary, but it can also be biological, so you can give yourself, environmental best. Okay, I try to stay really healthy, and I try to exercise, always have. I eat a lot of junk food. That was my problem.
You didn't know when you were diagnosed. What was like your daily diet? Was it?
Well, it was very bad, Jason. It was very bad. For instance, I drank every night because I was a bachelor, and I would make vegetables. I would have a balanced meal, but with that, I would have
a couple of donuts.
I would have a whole soda. I would have like 32 ounces of soda, which is really, really bad because soda's got so much sugar in it. So they tested mine, and they said, whoa, you got a blood sugar of 180. So 180 is high, right? Because we know how much, what's my numbers got to be between, do you know?
80 and 120.
Yeah, 80 and 120, and mine was 180, like 4 hours after I ate. And then they told me I was type 2 diabetic. The blood sugars kept getting higher and higher and higher. Till finally they just said, you're going to have to start taking insulin. Now, if it's too high, I can just take insulin, and I inject it, and it doesn't really hurt at all. It's a very, very fine needle. Today, at 2 o'clock, I checked my blood sugar, and it was 180. So I just gave myself just a very, very tiny bit of fast-acting insulin.
Okay.